Hey guys, for today's video I decided to film a makeup tutorial. It is very holiday-ish. I wanted to use the Desi X Katie palette. I did use a few shades from it, not just some shades from that palette but other palettes as well. But the main eyeshadow from there is a Moment, which is this color right here. I've been wanting to use that color so bad. I really love it. It's very sparkly, and if you don't love glitter, this makeup is not for you guys. But if you do love glitter, please keep on watching to see how I got this look. So we're gonna start with the Norvina palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm gonna be picking up Love, and I'm gonna grab just a little bit because they are very pigmented, and we're gonna apply this with a blending brush on the crease and a little bit above the crease. I don't really know what I want exactly. I'm just gonna be building up colors as I go, and we'll see where this takes us. We want to extend here on the outer corner. I'm also going in circular motion to just have everything blended and not have any harsh lines with this eyeshadow. We also want to close the corner and just flick it out. Now I'm going to switch palettes, and I'm going to grab the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to be grabbing Love Letter, and we're going to apply this exactly on the crease using the Morphe M513 brush. And I'm just going back with the first color and the blending brush to blend those two together. Now I'm going to go with the Desi X Katie Friendcation Palette, and I'm going to be grabbing Girl Bye with the same Morphe brush. And we're going to apply that on the same spot. We're just, like I said, building up color. I really want this crease to be pinkish. So next I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue. I'm going to apply some on the back of my hand, and I'm going to pick it up with the Morphe M224 little by little. I'm not going to cut the crease so much. I want to intensify the shade. It's already really intense, but I just want to intensify it more. Okay, so I'm not going to cut the crease as high as I normally do. I'm just going to follow my eyelid, but I do have to kind of cut it a little bit at the top because, as you can see, my eyelid touches a little bit above my crease, so I have to do that. We're going to tap this all over the eyelid, and we're going to try to make kind of like a half moon cut crease. I don't even know what I'm doing, but let's just do that. So we are cutting the cut crease. And you want to do this slow. Now I'm going to be picking up a Moment with that same Morphe brush. Just pat the product onto the eyelid. Guys, I love this color. And then take your time to go over the edge. It's so beautiful. Now I'm just kind of creating like a little V-tail on the edge. Just like that. Now that we've cut the crease, I'm going to go back into the Norvina palette, and I'm going to be picking out Passion. We're going to apply this very close to the cut crease that we just created with a pencil brush by Lime Crime. So I'm just adding this shade all around the cut crease. It doesn't matter if you go on it, we'll fix it again. Next I'm going to grab Girl Bye shade with the M506 brush, and we're going to blend that edge so it's not so harsh. So we're going to go back with the first shade, which is Love, with the blending brush. Whatever is left over on the brush, just blend out the edge. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back with that Moment shade, and we're just going to flick this. Not too high, just flicking it up so it blends in. So you don't have to do the cut crease, but I just thought that it actually gave it a nice blend. I didn't like the way it was turning out, so I went a different way. I took it this way. And because we flicked the eyeshadow out, it looks smoked out. You guys see that? It doesn't look harsh. Next I'm going to go back into the Norvina palette, and I'm going to be grabbing Base. And I'm going to be applying this shade on my brow bone, and then just blend it out with the blending brush. I'm going to be using the Long Tip Ink eyeliner by Kiss New York. I'm just going to create a very thin line, just really close to my lashes, so that when applying the lashes you won't see the band. Just like that, very, very subtle. Next, I'm going to curl my lashes using my spoon. You can use your eyelash curler. I just prefer curling my eyelashes with the spoon. It could be a teaspoon if you'd like to try it. It's just to give them more of a curve because I feel like the normal lash curler only lifts up the lash. It doesn't curves it the way this one does, like in a very natural way. For the mascara, I'll be using the Dead Sexy Lashes by Kiss New York, and I'll be using the upper part of the wand. I'm just gonna roll the wand on my lashes. It lifts them up and it also applies the mascara on all the lashes. For the lashes, I'm gonna be using Cocoa Lashes in the style Stella. Alright guys, so let's move on to the face. I'm going to be using whatever I have left here on my Honey Do Me Up by NYX. The next primer I'll be using is the Hydra Touch Oil Primer by NYX. And the reason why I'll be using this now is because it's getting colder and I need to be really hydrated. The last primer I'll be using, the Kiss New York Pro Touch Pore Minimizing Face Primer. I will be using this one to mattify my T-zone. Also, just to minimize the pores around my nose, on my upper lip, and my chin, and a little bit of my forehead. For my foundation, I'll be using the Kiss New York Pro Touch Liquid Foundation in the shade Soft Tan. I don't want so much coverage. My forehead needs it a little bit still. I'm like still breaking out there. And with a Pop Beauty shadow brush, I'm just gonna flatten this and spread it out. I'm gonna be using my beauty blender. I'm gonna blend and push this into the skin. For my concealer, I'll be using the Kiss New York Pro Touch Dark Under Eye Concealer. This has got to be the best drugstore concealer that I have ever used. My under eye is very sensitive, so when I use drugstore concealers, they tend to crease out so much. But this one doesn't, and I love it. And it's super lightweight, yet it covers my dark circles. And I'm just gonna highlight my nose, a little bit of my forehead, my chin, my cupid's bow. Going back with my beauty blender, we're just gonna blend everything in. I don't want to really clean this area because I'm going to connect it with my under eye, so I just slowly pat through it using the Derma Blend Loose Setting Powder in the shade Cool Beige. I'm going to set my under eye and everywhere I highlighted with my sponge as well, and dabbing extra excess on the back of my hand and just pat it through. Next, I'm going to be using the Benefit Hoola Bronzer to contour my nose using a angled eyeshadow brush. This one's by Sephora. Go from where the eyeshadow comes in to the bridge of the nose. Next, I'm going to be contouring using the Kiss New York Contour Kit in the shade Medium, using the darkest shade. I'm going to be using my Sigma F40 brush and just contour my forehead, my cheeks, and my jawline. So I'm just going to finish my eyes, and I'm going to be using the NYX Faux Blacks eyeliner in the shade Midnight. And we're going to be using this eyeliner in the waterline. I'm going to go back in with the shade Love, and I'm going to be using a pencil brush. And I'm going to connect the outer V to the eye and just blend this in. Next, I'm going to go back with Girl Bye with a Morphe M506 brush. Next, I'm going to be grabbing Passion again with a flat definer brush by Sigma. And we're going to apply this very close to the lower lash. I'm just going to grab my pencil back because I want some of that blue to blend out outside the waterline, just very little. I'm just going to grab the lime crime pencil brush and blend that in so we can get a little bit of that color outside. I'm going to grab again a Moment on my same Morphe M224 brush, and I'm just going to apply very little right here. Next, I'm going back into the Friendcation Palette, but I'm going to be grabbing the shade Just a Kiss with a flat definer brush, just a small one. And I'm going to be adding this in the very inner corner, going in almost like a 1/4 of the eye. I'm just going to dust the baking away. Back into the Norvina palette, I'm going to be picking up Wild Child. I'm going to be grabbing a Morphe E36 brush for that, and I'm going to add this onto the inner corner, blending it in with that shade Just a Kiss and the bottom lower lash. Now I'm also going to coat my bottom lashes using the same mascara, but this time I'm going to be using the lower lashes wand. And the way that I like to use this is first place it vertically on your lashes. So just to get the product onto the lashes. Don't worry if it gets a little clumpy. Once we flip the brush, you'll see the difference. And then you flip it horizontally and you brush through it. You can always just use it without doing the first part and just brush it through like this. It's just I feel like it gets more product onto the lower lashes. Next, I'm going to be using the Kiss New York Ombre Radiance palette in the shade Demure. And I'm going to be using this shade to bronze up the face. For that, I used the P60 Wet n Wild brush. A little bit around the forehead, very little, and a little bit on the neck. And a teeny bit on the nose. And for blush, this shade. I'm going to be using the F10 brush by Sigma and a teeny bit as well on the nose. For highlighter, I'll be using the Dose of Colors Desi X Katie Chasing the Sun highlighter. And I'm going to be grabbing my Morphe M310 brush and apply this on the cheekbones, on my cupid's bow as well. For my nose, I'm going to be grabbing a Morphe G20 brush, highlighting the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose as well. So I'm going to coat my brows using the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in the shade Espresso. For my lips, I'm going to be using two lip liners. They're by NYX and they are the slide-on lip liners. The first one I'm going to be using will be in the shade Nude Suede Shoes. I'll be using this one to overline my entire lips. It's basically just to shape them. And the second color that I'll be using will be Need Me. And this is to create the shadow under the lip. You can actually see a natural shadow there. I'm still going to define it more. Now on the cupid's bow and the outer corners. Next, I'm going to be filling in my lips with the Dose of Colors Desi X Katie lipstick in the shade Hey Girl. This is actually the shade that fell. The tip is pointy now because I've been using it as well, so it's fine. You want to pat this onto the lips. And to finish the look, as always, I'm going to be using the Urban All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray and set this face. Alright guys, and this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. If you did, please don't forget to thumbs this video up and subscribe to my channel. We are almost at 2,000 guys. Thank you so much for everybody who has been subscribing, and I'll see you guys till my next video. Bye! I'm also gonna coat my I'm also gonna coat oh my god.